We are Project Up, and you're listening to Not Just a Kid.
A 15-year-old brimming with a passion that drives her towards catalyzing change in the lives of such children who do not have the same privileges as she does. She dances and acts through life with a smile on her beautiful face, offering honest and pure wisdom that not many of us adults appreciate. For the second episode of Not Just a Kid, we are pleased to have Nandika on board. Join us as we talk about her hopes of living in a more equitable world. Hi Nandika, we're really excited to have you with us for the second episode of Not Just a Kid, especially because we know that just like us, you're into social work too. We would love to know where this interest for social work roots from and how do you see it growing in the future?
Hi everybody, thanks for having me. I am super excited to be on such a young and cool podcast. As far as my interest in social work goes, I am sure I got it from my mom. Like from what I recall, since the age of 7, visiting an orphanage has become a birthday ritual for me. I still feel overwhelmed when I see the children there taking part in my birthday celebrations, wishing me as if I've known them for years. It was this feeling of being a part of a family despite not knowing them personally. That's what made me want to open an NGO for children.
Okay, wow. Okay, knowing that about this birthday ritual was definitely new to me, and I mean this is exactly what made the idea of you opening an NGO, you starting an NGO. It that's how it rooted from. That's so amazing, like really great. I have to say this. I absolutely love how you think, and I can honestly not wait for Project Up to support your NGO as soon as it opens. This is so exciting. So. Okay, so here, let me in Nandika's mind for a while and show me how a day in this organization of yours would look like and what is the kind of work you're doing there. Just a visualization. Just take me through that path once.
Okay, I really can't wait for this to turn into a reality. My approach in life, I can say, has always been more like process oriented than result oriented. I would like the children to, at the NGO, to display a similar behavior. I just want it to be a safe space for those underprivileged children so that they can get opportunities to uplift their lives and do good for themselves. The NGO will run on 3E models. It's something that I learned from my mom. The 3 E's being educating, empowering, and enabling. Educating being giving them basic education, empowering having like making them do skill development basically, like so that they can get employment easily, and enabling making them self-sustainable so they can be just work ready. Apart from everything, I just want the children to never feel alone. I just want them to have fun in every aspect. I mean, after all, I believe in the supremacy of enjoying.
Wow, that's so pure. All right, so firstly, the thought of having the 3 E's is something really interesting. Like, I am so proud of you. And then you talking, see, I genuinely personally feel that when we hit the field, whenever we find these kids being so happy, chirpy, going from one place to another, it's such a heartwarming feeling to see them. And you realizing it at such a young age, like, I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much for doing that for yourself, for the world, and for the kids already. So that's really great. And Nandika, when you say social work, that in that field, is there a specific part of the society you feel deeply for, like a particular community you'd like to make this world a better place?
Like I mentioned, the NGO will specifically help children from underprivileged backgrounds. I feel it is their right to have an equal chance at like a respectable and happy life. I remember going to the orphanage once and I saw children my age living a life that I do not classify as acceptable. Seeing that, I started to think, are they being schooled there? What about hygiene, provisions for nutrition, etc.? In that moment, when the realization struck, it occurred to me like, why I'm not using my privilege to help kids like them? So like opening an NGO seems like the bare minimum I can do.
Right. That really makes sense. That so Is there any other specific reason why you feel so passionately about this issue, Nandika, or like is it just your feelings within you? You know, is there any other reason?
No, I think like seeing them, that's when like, I think it's my feelings. Like not being able to use my privileges well, so that's what.
Definitely, definitely. As someone rightly said, that with a lot of privilege comes a lot of responsibility, and I think it's rightly mentioned. We need to use our responsibility, our privilege correctly. So yeah, that completely makes sense. So Nandika, have you ever been a part of any such welfare initiative that has further contributed in this interest of yours, or like maybe any incident that influenced you towards social work so much?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I have. Before COVID was even a thing, a few of my friends and I organized a summer camp in our society for like 3 consecutive years.
Okay.
The summer camp was open for
wow.
all, like kids from our society as well as the children of our service providers. We used to like conduct hobby classes which consist of like arts and craft, dancing and stuff. I just like storytelling as well, and like helping those children utilizing their summer break in a more productive way. I just felt happy doing that.
Right.
I just felt that I was being bigger than just myself, despite that the fact that we organized it on a small scale. I also learned lessons which will last a lifetime as well. I learned that seeing others
Right.
smile due to my efforts and made me feel delighted. Like moreover, I realized that this is just a start. Like taking small step is the only way to achieve something big. And
Definitely.
I think what influenced me the most was my 7th birthday celebration in the orphanage. I remember vaguely that I was just like running around crying and stuff because first of all there were a lot of people there. I never had so many people on my birthday. And as I also mentioned earlier, in the beginning I was just moved by all the love and those children showered on me. Remembering that moment is still giving me goosebumps, and it always gives me goosebumps.
Wow, that's so adorable. So, Nandika, I'm really curious. Do you still go to the, since you mentioned that it's a ritual, so do you still in your every birthday go to the orphanage, spend time with the kids?
I wasn't able to go last year due to COVID, like, but I would love to go this year. I just want COVID to get better. Like, I just want to go there.
Oh my God, that's so wholesome. And this is genuinely so one of the lessons that I personally learned once, in one of the professors I was talking to once mentioned, so it was not related to orphanage, but I really loved what he said. It was on climate, it was on environment conservation. So he said, in every birthday of yours every year, the bare minimum that you can do is just plant one tree on your birthday and on every family member's birthday. That's just going to make you feel better, and you're contributing towards the environment without you even realizing it. And one tree, another tree, and how it's going to just build up for the environment in such a beautiful manner, you'll realize it 10 years down the line. And I think that really makes sense. I personally feel that every one of us should have something on our birthday to that's really memorable. I'm so happy with your ritual, really, really proud of you. So moving on, Nandika, when you since you mentioned that your interest is so much into social work, when you tell a relative or maybe a friend that this is something that you're planning on taking up as you grow, like about social work, so do they react in the way you would want them to, or have you ever gotten a reaction that you wish you could change?
I can say there have always been mixed opinion about this, I guess. Most people have a very positive response and are like constantly encouraging me, like, yeah, you can do it, yeah. They motivate me to be whatever I want and take up whatever makes me happy. And there are times when people go like, is that even a career option? Or are you sure you really want to make a living out of it? But I just want people to realize that money is not my priority. Making others happy is. I really hope that I am able to strike a balance.
Nandika, I personally feel you definitely will. When you start taking stand for yourself, that's when the world will change. And plus, when you talked about your mother, so many things you've already learned from your mother. That's absolutely amazing. I'm pretty sure you're gonna do really amazing with your mother's support. That's, I think, everything that you need. So yeah. Other than that, Nandika, other than this really, really inspiring and fascinating inclination of yours towards the social sector, what else do you like to do in life? Like, let's say, how would you define a classic day in Nandika's school life before the pandemic happened?
Life before the pandemic. Oh my god, it feels like a lifetime ago. It was like pretty hectic for me. I just don't want to go back. The free time that I got during the pandemic was awesome. I discovered that I can do painting and stuff. And
Wow.
I also had time to pick up a new dance form. I got to do the one thing that was on my bucket list for like so long. I got time to take a theater class. It was just so much fun to learn things, learn the secrets about what goes behind the big curtains. I just loved it.
Right, that's so interesting. Even I love painting and I really love dancing a lot. And for me and a lot of people that I know, it really helps keeping the mind very calm and the body at ease. And I personally have seen immense improvement within me. I really like the fact that you have utilized your lockdown so productively. So, Nandika, does that happen with you too when you do painting, when you do dance, and all of these? Since they're meant to cure your emotions and just balance your emotions. So, does it happen with you too that they're helping in balancing your emotions?
It helps a lot actually. I think of acting and dancing as my emotional outlets. Like when I was younger,
Right.
I heard a lot of people say that dancing sets them free. Never understood what that
Right.
phrase meant until I started learning contemporary dance.
True.
It's like when I start dancing, I forget about everything and just let the dance take over me. Like before the pandemic, I never really got time to take part in any extracurriculars, and that literally made me feel creatively deprived. But now, like, I feel that I have a medium where every part of my face and like body speaks without uttering a single word. I feel like as if my creative mind has like finally started blooming.
Wow. Listen, I just experienced whatever you said. It was like you've given words to my thoughts. It was so touching. Really, really loved it, Nandika. Really loved it. All right, Nandika. So, as we proceed towards the end of the episode, is there any message that you think should reach as many people as possible, be it parents, adults, or children? Just something from your end, just a message, short message, or something like that from your end.
Okay. Uh, Being stuck inside for like a whole year has made me think a lot about parent-child relationships. So I want to mention three things that I believe I've become aware of. Firstly, I'd like to say something to every adult listening to this. Please, please, just let the kids around you be for a while. Let us be. We will grow up and figure out stuff just like you did. But all of us will do it on our own paces. You can't just compare two teenagers because every teenager or every kid has their own growth graph. And your child might not be able to say this to you, but like, trust me, you being there
Right.
just with them would mean the whole world to them. And then the second thing I like to say is that I was privileged enough to have a mother
So
who
true.
stood there by my side through thick and thin and believed in me throughout the whole process. But unfortunately, not all people my age have that. Some people don't even have close to that. So, a message to such people is that the world might seem like a mean, dark place to you, but please, please don't ever give up on yourself because all of us have different talents.